the main character is called Liwanag, and she's the traveler across dimensions. She goes through this journey of innocence, suffering, and growth and maturity. And if you're curious, I hope you are curious about what that story will be like. We'll be showing through this concert and through the narrative of the songs blended together to be able to tell that story. Of course, with the visual. So we're very proud of this album as well because we really worked hard for the animation concept of it. It's relatively new even to us. So actually, we're happy that we were able to experiment a lot for this one. And we're very curious actually as to how people would receive it because it's our first time doing it. Excited po kami. So, that's all I can see. Yeah, so, yeah, I think we can begin with that. If you have any questions, we'd be happy to answer them. But before that, again, thank you so much for making time for this. So, we appreciate it.
Once again, good morning. Ako yung na-ambush na host. I am DJ Boyki. I am from IFM Cebu. So my question is, why Cebu? This is a series, right? But why chose Cebu?
I think the last time we did a full concert here in Cebu was probably around 2022. 2023. It was also here in Waterfront. And that would still probably be one of the most memorable shows we've had because I think, I don't know, ever since what we think about Cebuano audience is, nung unang-una, like when we first got here, we were very nervous because we know that Cebuanos love music so much, and not just love music, a lot of Cebuano artists that we have known and we still continue to discover are some of the best artists. And I really mean that when we say that. And so when we performed our show, we were nervous kasi parang will they like it? Will they appreciate our music? And, I think that vibe during that concert, and even during the very first time we performed here, not in a full show way back in 2018 or 19, it's always a memorable time and it's always a very warm reception. So we love coming back here, and of course it's one of the first legs that we thought about when we were crafting the idea of this tour. So we're happy to be back here in Cebu and we're excited to play the show. Thank you so much.
Magandang hapon, Sandin from Banat News. Yung tanong ko kasi nag-create yung mga music video yung with Cadmiel, Don Bell, Barda. So, ano ba yung, sino ba yung mga artists na gusto yung makakulap sa mga upcoming music video nila?
Feeling ko, that's a very good question. Kasi I think we always find ways to tell stories through, yung artist that we feature in the music video. Some things that we were actually exploring, especially with songs from this album and including our newest one, Saranggola, is to try and explore getting artists for themes that aren't necessarily about love, like again, friendship, So we're on the lookout din for actors, mga actors, artists na babagay dun sa ganung mga rules. So we don't know yet kung sino exactly. Si Z. Ayaw nga. But yeah, we're very excited to explore a lot more for our other songs.
My last question, nag-play show ba kayo kasi kadalasan ng mga bago yung songs in just 24 hours na trending agad, like example, the ones we once loved. Nag-play show ba kayo? So, para sa akin.
That's a good question po. I think, being human and honest and real about it, of course there is pressure. But also being an artist, you also want to have the balance of trying new things, of try new things even if you don't necessarily know yet if they will work or not. And I feel like the spirit of this album has so much of that. Na, you know, of course there is pressure, but at the same time, how will you ever introduce something new if you don't overcome that fear of whether it will work or not? So, yun po. But of course, naman pressure kami kasi tao lang din po kami.
Thank you.
Salamat. Thank you po.
Hello, good noon. January Junior Guap.
Hello.
Hello from the Freeman. So my first question is that this album's concept kind of reminds me of Coco's Mind of Zaito a little bit with the whole lore and everything. So I'm just curious what inspired this concept to do like a full-on concept album, and how do you plan to translate this into the tour, since it's different from listening it on the just by the ears and the music videos, and iba talaga siya sa stage.
Ang nag-inspire nitong direction na to was, it's a mix of two things, I would say. One is to try and be just fearlessly ourselves. And I mean, iba kami, pero one is that kind of storytelling, which is it unlocks your inner child, is something that we're passionate about. So when we were coming up with the album, we said, why not try to do something like this? But what also inspired that at the same time is sometimes when it's a very deep message that you're trying to express, sometimes the way to do that is to lighten the medium that you express it with. And kumbaga, alam mo the same way that when you read a book like The Little Prince, it's such a seemingly light book, but it contains messages that you carry with you through your life. So it's that kind of impact that we hope that what we're trying to do now would have through this concert, which is basically a journey of someone from innocence, undergoing struggle and suffering, and then coming out more mature because of that, and glimpses of how to do that better and how to navigate life better. It's what we want to try to do with this concert. So, I hope I answered your question.
So for my last question, since this is a concept album, how much of this album is purely fictional? Is it just based on something you wrote yourself out?
I think that really brings to light yung how we put it together, because the songs themselves are inspired by real experiences of each of us, but the story of the animation is something that's inspired by also our experiences. Pero when we try to create characters for that story, that's when our imagination came to life, and we tried to put all of it in a universe of its own. So, but siguro the short answer is a lot of it still is, and I think always will be for us, rooted in our real life experiences as a band and as individuals. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon. Paris here. In relation to your last answer, these characters, Liwanag, Mahiwaga, Gabay, and all, are these a personal reflection from the artist, or sino ba gumawa nitong storytelling na concept? Because maganda din naman na idea. Are these sino ba sa tingin mo si Liwanag sa totoong buhay? At saka sino ba talaga si...
Meron pa totoong buhay, ah.
Oo, kasi baka parang feeling ko na parang siyang sinilagay siya doon simulat as a reflection sa feeling niya talaga. Parang ano.
I think, what a question. My first direct answer to all of that is not one person in particular, but they were inspired by real people in our lives. And not just by one person, but like as a band, we all have our own. In fact, kami mismo, we at some point, and probably at a lot of points in our life, we relate and resonate with Liwanag. We have our mahiwaga. We have people who have people who have brought us hope in our lives. And Sigonian is one of the characters. We also have had people who have guided us and shaped us to become who we are. Without them, we wouldn't have been us. Which the teacher and like the guide is Sigabay. And we also have our own personal darkness, our own forms of suffering in your character naman si Dilin. Yeah, so these characters were really shaped by real people and experiences in our lives. I don't know if you've seen the film Saving Mr. Banks. I think that was a story about the author of Mary Poppins. And you see that in something like that, something as whimsical as Mary Poppins actually had a lot of like real life inspirations. I think this kind of work also does the same and tries the same and attempts the same actually. Again, it's very new and experimental even for us. So we just really tried it and see how people will receive it. And honestly, I think it's the first time we're sharing it this way also. The inspiration for the story, nitong Traveler Across the Dimensions, is it's also our way of sharing our belief and our faith and spirituality. But how do you tell that story and tell those messages in a way that regardless of saan ka nanggaling, regardless of your religion, parang you get the point. And that's why we're really passionate about telling this story to as many people as possible.
Alright, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Audrey from Cebu Daily News. My question is, just to go back to opening your tour in Cebu, how do you hope this openness sets the tone for the rest of your tour?
What a wonderful question.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We were talking about the Cebuano audience earlier, how this place is so full of great music, and we think Cebu and the Cebuanos know what good music is, and they know what they like, they know what they want, and I also think that knowing what you want comes from a innate desire to explore what's new, because you aren't going to be able to find new things that you like if you aren't willing to explore. So we hope that with a concept like this, which is so new, and I guess for a lot of people this is so far away from what a lot of people know Ben&Ben as like songwriters for love songs, mahugot, and now suddenly we have a whole animated story about the struggles of life. It's such a drastic change, and we hope that with how the Cebuanos take it, and how Cebu takes it, and how we share it here, that we inspire kind of an air and an energy of re-exploring music again, or parang finding out different facets of your favorite artists, being open to seeing your artists in a different light. Because all of us, though we are artists, we are people that grow up, have different life experiences also, and we will naturally change as people and as musicians. So we hope that how people welcomed us with warmth all the way back in 2019, they could welcome us back with the same kind of warmth with our new experiences and their new songs to share this time.
Thank you. I just have one more question. What does success look like for you guys in this tour? Is it like the number of people that you've reached, or is it something more intangible?
I think step by step. Sumaksis. Sumaksis tayo dun. For us, I think the success of this tour, it's honestly and genuinely how many people get to understand the message that we're trying to send with this concert.
Hello. Hi, I'm Joanne from Sorry.net. I'd just like to ask, how or what was the process in making this concept for this album into reality and also this concert?
A big part of what made this concert come to life is we worked with an animation studio called Puppeteer Studios. They're actually animators from all over the Philippines. A lot of them are from places like Davao, but also sa Bicol, and all over the Philippines talaga. We got to meet them by chance last year. And when we shared the vision of what we wanted to come up with as an album, they really helped us bring it to life. Because, alam niyo po, yung talent ng Pilipino, alam natin na grabe tayong mga artists sa performing, but alam niyo po ba na sa animation, actually, we are playing at the level of the biggest players in the world. In fact, a lot of animation for games and for games and for films, some of the scenes are done here. And Puppeteer is one of those studios that really bring that world-class quality of animation. And we just thought na bakit wala pa as much, but there have been already attempts for films that really bring original Filipino animation to life, but we feel like there aren't enough. So we wanted to add to that realm by making this album as well. So when we partnered with them, the collaboration was such a beautiful process because we step by step. Hindi ko na masabi step by step. Step by step, we developed the characters, the worlds, the scenes with them from start to finish. And they all came to life also, not just in the music videos you see online, but in this concert. So you'll see that incorporated in this concert as well. And of course, we're very grateful to the whole concert team, starting with Ovation Productions, and the whole all-around team na kung may mention ko po, mamaya pa tayo matatapos. Pero sobrang dami po nila. And of course, our team sa Ben&Ben, nandito rin sila. Really, bringing a concert to life is a collaboration of so many people, but especially this kind of show, it's even more so kasi it's very specialized.
Hi, good afternoon. So my name is Carmela from Kalumi, Cebu.
Hey.
First of all, I want to thank you guys for your music since it has helped me a lot during my healing stage. And my question is, Ben&Ben has always been known for your heartfelt lyrics. So how does your songwriting evolve in this album? Or was it hard for you guys to transition from your usual music to this, The Traveler Across Dimensions?
Well, the new thing here is Andrew wrote a song for the first time.
Yeah!
Yes. And this is the first album where he not just wrote the song, but also he sang vocals in it. Sila ni Tony. Wanna tell us more, Don?
Like I was saying earlier, how a lot of people know Ben&Ben for our heart-wrenching and heartfelt songs. I would like to appreciate that notion of us knowing how to write love songs, because most of us, from that time we started and up to now, are now married. So we know what we're talking about. And so I think with time and how we experience love in different ways, in more grounded ways from when we were much younger, I think songwriting does change. Like even the song I wrote, which is called Shutter, is a song about photography. But more than photography, it's a song about love for life, like the love of life in general, which is why I felt the need to capture more photos and to, I feel like we are able to talk about love and share about what love looks like in different ways, not just what you usually see on TV or what you see in the movies. We talk about love in different forms that are more, I guess, catered to how we are now as people na tandaan na, ang sakit ng tuhod. It's a love rooted in painful backs, but also backs that have worked hard to make things happen for each of us.
I think, ano siya eh, nakakatawa, no? Parang napansin ko yun sa mga 30-year-olds. Sobrang romanticize namin yung age. Kahit na technically yung 30. Hindi pa naman siya, technically, bata-bata pa rin tayo. Pero at the same time, nag-feel natin na masakit yung tuhod natin minsan, ganyan. Minsan, pag malamig, gano'n. But then, I feel like, also being a band for 8 years, to some that's not too long of a time, but for us, 8 years is full of 8 solid years full of memories. Not just with us, but with our relationship as well with our fans and our listeners. It has grown so much, and I feel like that kind of growth, like Andrew said, reflects in the songs that we write. Because your perspective, it doesn't really change in a way that you forget everything you've learned in the past. But in a way, it adds on to it. Like, for example, the first time we wrote the line na bibiliin ka sa araw. So totoo lang, we wrote that when we were 22. And what did we know about commitment as an early 20s person? But now as a 30-year-old, you kind of understand it a lot more. So when you write the line, like Paolo wrote in the song Tomorrow With You, I want to face tomorrow with you as it comes. That holds so much more meaning, even more, because you know what it was like to actually do that. So, yeah, I think it's just so beautiful how songs grow and evolve, and artists grow and evolve, and as well as listeners grow and evolve. And you can see that in this album.
Hello po. Hello. My name is Ace. I'm from Monster.
Yes.
And I just want to say congratulations to the new album. Thank you so much for coming back to Cebu. I've been a fan, and I've been watching you guys since day one. And I just want to ask, this album, aside from the fact that you mentioned earlier that you've explored other realms, like from love and then now to other topics as well, I'm saying. Aside from that change, we've also noticed from Limasaw Street and from Quaderno and now Traveler Across Dimensions that there's sonic evolution as well. How do you see your musical style continuing to evolve in the future?
Side comment ko po kanina, wow, yes, may nakapansin. As to how we see our music evolving through the years, I'm not really sure. Yeah, pangit yung sagot ko, I know. But just being real and honest about it, we're very proud of the work we put into this album. Every time I listen to this album, I would tell Agnes, I would dare say that this is the best work we've done ever so far. But yeah, we're just going to enjoy muna this album that we have, this album that we're going to tour, and hope that the message of this album reaches so many people. I don't think we're thinking about how our music will evolve in the next 5 years because we're in the present moment. We're thinking about how to best perform these songs in a way that people will like really get the message or like super focused on that. But maybe in like 5 years we venture into avant-garde music. I don't know. But whatever we will venture into in 5 years will be what is real to us in 5 years. Yes, does anyone want to add?
I think similar dun sa sinabi ni Pat na thank you na may nakapansin. Pero the answer to that is very similar to the comment about the songwriting and how it has evolved also. Songwriting ages with us. So does the music. And so does the song arrangement, the choices of sounds that we use, yung treatment of it all sonically. And like what Pat said, we don't know what's to come. But what we can say is we will continue to be honest with how we translate the songs, our feelings, our art into the sonic presentation of our music. And yeah, we're excited for it, but we don't know what's to come yet. And we just, like what Pat and Miguel said, we're happy to be present and enjoy the traveler across dimensions that you just made. And we're really proud of it.
And my last question would be, since you guys are a 9-people band, how do you achieve like a creative consensus? How do you deal with disagreements?
Away.
Okay, naman na.
Usually like using the analogy of a cookbook recipe, wherein each of us are a particular ingredient and each song is a dish, and where you can't put too much of yourself or else it will not be as good enough, or too much sampalo. So I feel whatever I can put, just what's right. And when we come up with disagreements, because sometimes you want to put some new ingredients in your sinigang. You want to try to put ketchup. What we've learned is it's important to always try first, because you'll never know if something might work unless you try it first. So we navigate through disagreements by hearing each other out, like sincerely hearing each other first before shooting anything down. But we still fight like regular people, like we're petty sometimes.
One of the most important words dun sa sinabi ni Andrew is try. Kasi when instead of like shutting something, even before you try, you'll never know if it actually works unless you hear it yourself. So it takes longer, definitely. Pero gaya ng isang, lagi ko na water recently yung Rafiki sa mukha. So, because that's a philosophy we go by, which is if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. So that's what even if it takes longer, that's what we found.
Thank you so much, and congratulations again to
Thank you.
Hi, Ben&Ben.
Hello.
I'm Magda from 101.
Hey,
Hi, congratulations and welcome to Cebu. So thank you as well for answering all of their questions, because it's been really nice to get to know you guys as a group, and I'm excited to see such an otherworldly concept come to life. So kudos to you guys. So my question for you is, do you have any advice to young artists or bands that are trying to navigate friendship and creativity together, especially since you guys have been together for 8 years?
Days. Like you both want the best to come out of this thing that you're creating, and to trust that you're with a group of people who want the same things as you do. And conflict and creativity brings out things that you may not have seen before. So listening to each other is one of the biggest things, and genuinely hearing each other out is one of the biggest things that we do, I think. And it really, maybe also don't speed things up too much. In terms of understanding that growing together and things happen in time also. So, meaning, like, don't water the plant too much to make it speed up growing. Like, really nurture your relationships with each other. Over time, it will add up and it will really give you that bond of understanding and trust and love and everything that you create together, even if it's hard and challenging. You'll always know that you made it through together and you made it through out of love, even if that's cheesy to hear and to say. It's real, and that's really what glues everything together, for us at least.
A little more on that, like what she was saying that I mentioned about trust. I feel like there's different kinds of trust. Sometimes we see trust as an expectation that I trust you to do this and that. But what I actually think trust should be understood as, it should be a kind of more like a contract. That I trust you, but I have this also with me. So how it can look like for younger people is when there are arguments or when there are you just want to figure things out. Like everyone wants to figure something out, right? Especially with music, there's so much push and pull back and forth, so many directions anyone can take it. But when you trust someone to listen to your direction, you also give that same kind of, I guess, grace and respect for that person, that they are capable, as capable as you are. So, young people, you can do it, I believe.
That's beautiful.
Okay, I'll just make it quick. I think artists in general are like may ego talaga. I mean, everyone naman in the world has ego. Some bigger than others. But to make a band of this number work, you really have to set all of that aside because there's no room for that in the creation process of music. There's no room for pride in arranging music. There's no room for pride in songwriting. Only honesty and humility. That's it. The end. Diba? That's it.
Wow. Thank you.
Okay, thank you guys. It's great to know that you guys all trust each other and respect each other's work. So I would like to know how your friendship as bandmates has evolved over the years, especially through the ups and downs of your personal lives, going through many life experiences and life milestones together, and how that's also translated into intimate themes for your songs.
Sure, I'm curious how we started kasi we're not really friends. Like, we started playing na we weren't before, yes. When we started, we were not really friends. Doon na naman hindi ko ako salita kasi lagi ako na-misunderstood. So parang I remember nga that we were playing for like at least 2-3 months na we're just there to play, and we feel that there's like a bonding sa amin lahat when we're playing, pero outside it, we're like shy to like, okay, magaling siyang mag-guitar, but yeah, he's too cool for me or something. Yeah. Guitar, si Poch, that one the guy. That tapos parang through the years, especially in the pandemic when we started living together, we thought it's just gonna be a month of like living in one house turned into like biglang 2 years pa. 2 years na. So I think and now like almost half of the band's married. May isa na kaming dad dito sa group. So parang I guess si Jennifer, dad na ngayon. So parang hindi naman it's a secret. Yeah, like parang I feel na nagkaroon ng in line sa sinasabi ni Andrew, like how we played and it affected yung how we trust each other sa paglabas ng music ng ideas. Because yung friendship namin mas nagiging less solid through the years. We feel na parang okay na magkamali. Like before kasi meron akong notion na if I do this or like magbibigay ako ng idea during arrangement, parang ma-judge ako like, oh, kasi hindi ko sila kilala. Or like, parang kilala ko sila pero I think at least sabihin nila sa akin. But ngayon parang mas nagiging confident kami sa isa't isa to like make mistakes together and to like grow together. And yeah, I think the friendship really helps with the music making. Friendship.
Dahil sa 8 years namin magkakasama, na-witness din namin yung sobrang daming milestones ng isa't isa. So, at saka bukod pa doon, yun nga, yung tumira kami sa isang bahay for almost 2 years. Tapos, na-realize ko na yung isa sa pinaka naging proof na grabe na yung friendship namin. Bumilis na yung mga meetings namin, mga band meetings namin. From 8 hours, medyo ngayon na lang siya.
3.
2 to 3 hours na lang instead of 8. So, parang kahit din sa communication, especially non-verbal communication, magtinginan pala kami ni Mitso. And namin, parang ganun. So, tapos nakakatuwa din kasi nadadala din namin siya sa stage. So, pag sa stage na, obviously hindi naman kami pwedeng mag-usap. Mas nakakapag-communicate kami through tingin lang or tingin pero parang gets na okay, may problema yung niya, cable. so parang, ang ganda rin niya na nasaluhan dahil kaya namin mag-communicate in different ways.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. I have one last question for you. Who is your dream collaboration in the OPM scene and internationally?
Ooh. Dami. Sagutin namin yung question eh. Sige. So, right now, sa Pilipinas po, ano siya eh, it could be a full circle moment for us din because we are mutually fans of each other pero we met him kasi liwanag din siya. And then he started performing our songs sa busking and then eventually his own songs din. His name is James Andrew. So he's a really talented guy. And he also has like a community of equally talented busking artists. So he's someone we also want to record with someday when the time is right. So yun, I think yun yung, pero marami nga dito sa Pilipinas. And then we recently met Ed Sheeran last year and this year then. So, shooting for the stars. Who knows, diba? Kasi I feel like our musical wavelengths are similar. So I think, we would be able to create something good together. So, manifesting. Yeah. And the thing about us is we love collaborating. I think our body of work proves that because we've done a lot of collaborations before, especially locally. So we're very open but we also don't want to force it because the right artist and opportunity comes when the time is right. So correct. We can't wait for the next one, actually.
Can't wait to. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Hi, my name's June. I'm also from Highway 1.
Hello.
My question is related to what Monica asked. She asked you who you want to collaborate, but my question is, were there people who sent you like, hey, can we collaborate Ben&Ben that we probably don't know about, but these are like very interesting artists, not only here in the Philippines, but outside? Ooh. Was there ever like a DM into one of your like Instagram or something like that?
So there's this band from from Jakarta. They're called Dilly Birds. Ito yung, kasi may merch sila na medyas. Tapos, yeah, we got to, so they sent us a message. We got to meet them at the music festival in Malaysia. And there was just this, like, connection between the bands. And it's weird because, like, we're both, like, bands. So, it's a lot of people. But there was this chemistry for some reason. So they sent us a message if we were interested in working together on a song. And long story short, they actually flew over here. So we worked on something with them. We are still working on something with them. We don't know when it's gonna come out, but yeah, I mean, it's a great project because aside from the music, we really enjoyed bonding and hanging out with it. Another one would be, it's not really like an exchange of messages, but it's more like a mutual, or actually probably more of us. But then we were surprised that this artist also said that someday she wants to do something with us. Her from the States.
She's Filipino, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. So someday, we're still praying that happens. But we would love to do something with her. Because she's such a great artist, and not just her voice and her music, but I think with everything she stands for. So someday we dream of that happening.
Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars, grabe!
Actually, Bruno Mars already DM'd me, but he deleted the message.
Nag-DM, pero sabi, pre, Gcash ko.
I'm knocked out of heaven.
Okay, my next question is, storytelling in music, it can span to so many other things, right? Like I'm thinking, there's animation. Are you guys going to make a story out of it? Like, is it going to be a webtoon of some sorts? Are you going to continue doing this? I mean, you see this kind of thing in K-pop, right? Do you intend to do something like this, like a series of, Liwanag is here, and then in the next album, this is what she's going through? Is that what you're going through with this? Because it's going to be really exciting, because you're Ben&Ben, right?
I think it's exciting. Ay pala, sa July. Sige. It's exciting for us, not because we're Ben&Ben, which I don't even know what it means, but it's more because I feel like, when something isn't done yet, and for us, what isn't done yet for this chapter is really finding the home where we can tell the story of Traveler Across Dimensions in the best way. We dream of actually, so one of the things we wanted to share with you is yung story nito. We're actually working on like a pop-up storybook for it, which we don't know when it will come out yet, but step by step, trying to introduce the characters first in ways that people would understand. Gumawa kami ng blushing. Tapos kumbaga, bakit siya, kasi cute lang siya. Pero parang, we understand that it takes time for people, number one, for people to grasp what we're trying to say, but also for things to align, especially with the dreams that we have for this project. Like for example, if it's going to be like an animated film, it doesn't, kumbaga, it's an expensive thing to do, and it requires so many things aligning, but we're taking it step by step. So to answer your question, po, we want to first take home this chapter of the Traveler Across Dimensions into the best form that it can take, whether it's an animation, whether it's a concert film, whether it's the pop-up book, until we feel that nakwento namin na maayos yung story nito alongside the songs that it has in, since it's an album that we released. So yun po, parang we're, same with the question earlier about how our music will evolve. Right now, we're in the present and we want to serve this present chapter, this present moment to its fullest and then take it from there. So we haven't yet. We haven't served this present chapter yet ng sagad. So gusto namin muna isagad yung pag-deliver nitong chapter of the Traveler Across Dimensions. Thank you.
Okay, just two more quick questions. How can we win the plushie?
Ibato na yan! Ibato na yan! So, sali lang po kayo sa atin.
Ibato na yan!
My last question actually is, I've seen you guys interact with Liwanag and they really love you like crazy. They don't want to let you go. What is in store for them, or what would you like to tell them in this traveler across dimensions?
I think what we like to tell them, well, it's a lot of things, but if there was one thing for this season, is thank you for growing with us as well. Because like I said earlier, we've grown a lot, and I think our fans have grown with us too. But also, we also want to say hello and welcome to all of the new Liwanag. Because we see a lot of like way younger kids. Even sometimes as young as like 5 or 7, like listening to our music. And we just feel very grateful that people find our music to be of purpose in their lives, because that gives us so much joy as artists. I wanted to share something that's not really a question, but because it's just me, me.
Okay.
I think the general theme of like evolution has been talked about a lot today, and there's this beautiful story of how something. It's interesting because I'm holding it right now. How something from Cebu actually connected to from probably 7 years ago, connected to all the way to this project that we're doing. So we had a show in sa may Mandaue siya, probably in 2018. We were lined up with Reese and Sam. I don't know if any of you have been to that show. Yeah.
Mandani.
Yeah. So we were yeah. We were backstage. I think the show was finished. And then there was this two very, very excited young people. They were like, see, I told you we'd meet them someday. Like I always say, Pon. And then I kept hearing that word, Pon. I was like, what does that mean? It's such an interesting word to hear. So I approached them, and then I asked them what the word means. And they said it's, well, obviously now we know what it means, but back then what they said is it's difficult to translate exactly what it means in English unless you understand it, because that's the beauty of our language, as we know. But it roughly means hopefully, or in God's time, or God willing. And we took that word to heart so much that in our first album, Limasawa Street, that became a lyric in our song, Fall. So we had a song, Fall, and then we added a section to it where we included the word buhon in during that time, in context of a love that you would want to happen to you, or like someone to fall in love with you in God's time. And then fast forward to today. The character, one of the characters in this album, the name is Mon, and it's the dog. Because I feel like we felt like when we were writing the characters down, we wanted to have a character in the story that symbolizes hope. Because that's what one is in the nature of the world. But we also wanted the character to be that, and to give Liwanag that hope she needs in that part of the story where it was very dark. So, it's just, I just love, and it's the first time I told that story actually, but it's very, it's amazing how something as simple as something you hear can evolve into like almost a decade later into a project like this. So if those two kids who are probably full-blown adults right now are watching any of these videos, thank you so much. And you have impacted our art and music in ways that you probably have never imagined, because we also haven't imagined. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for hearing that story.
Hi guys, I'm Luto and welcome back to Cebu. Yes, my name is Paul. I am a Cebuano content creator and fan of Ben&Ben since 2019. So I'm not sure guys, just to break the ice, I'm not sure if there's someone sometime out there who made you do it, but may request you guys to please stand. And let's play a fast talk. I just prepared 3 words and just give an answers.
Wala, demanding lagi. Demanding man, oy.
Alright, so let's start from here to there. Okay, so here it is. When you hear the word Ben&Ben, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
9.
Chicken.
Oh.
Pagkain.
Friendship.
Jumping.
Dami.
Family.
Love.
Friends.
Thank you guys. Let's go to round 2. When you hear the word Cebu, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Lechon.
Bawal copy paste.
Oh my God. Tuhod.
Right now. Warmth.
Beautiful.
Nature.
Family. Pagkain na masarap.
Since she broke the rule, I broke the rule. Beautiful people.
Ay, wala headshots. Anyway, for the third and last, you can actually give me an answer, state the answer, or you can actually sing it. So, what's your personal, most favorite Ben&Ben song? Wow. Can I answer?
Tomorrow with You.
Sing it. Kanta, sir.
Piliin ko ikaw sa kada araw.
From our first album, we have a song called Hummingbird. So I had that tattoo, so I have Hummingbird.
Saranggola.
Saranggola'y lilipad sa kahel na kalamitan. Kakatayin pala natin mamaya, spoiler.
Supernatural from the latest album. Ride home.
Peace of mind from our current album.
Lives of girls. Books. Books online. Yeah, roots.
Once again, thank you so much for granting my request. And massive congratulations in advance. So much respect and an appreciation for you guys on behalf of the Cebuanos. Thank you so much.
Looks so expanded. Again, a round of applause for Ben&Ben. And to everyone, more questions or siguro pasample na lang or any pasample for this Saturday's concert.
Okay, so we'll just set up a bit. Oh my God, kwento ko lang guys. Dami ko talagang kwento, sorry. Talaga. Kasi na... Naalala ko, yung speaking of dried mangoes, yun pala actually yung naging gift namin doon nagkaroon kami ng opportunity to interview the cast of Mufasa. So, nagbigay kami ng dried mangoes kay Lin-Manuel Miranda sa cast ng Mufasa. So, astig kasi represent. Okay. Okay, so the song we'll be singing for you in this Presscon is it's also in this season of our new music. So aside from the album, which we just released last year, we also released a single in celebration of our 8 years as a band. So the single is called Saranggola, which means kite, and it really represents everything we've been through so far. And if there was a song that we want to sing to each other. So we'll be performing this song tomorrow. Saturday, 24. It's 24. In our concert. And it's gonna be one of the first few times we'll be performing it on stage. But before that performance, we wanted to sing it for all of you. Okay naman?
Yes!
About friendship, and it's about our story. It's called Saranggola, and we hope you like it. Saranggola'y lilipad sa kahelang kalangitan, paalam tumawa sa ating nakaraan, ngunit saan man tayo, iba na lumihan, iba pagkakaibigan. Kung aking ulitin itong mahabang biyahe sa kada yugto ng ating maglalakbay, wala akong babaguhin, di isang detalye. Sa dami ka naman ng sino kong magkasakay, sagot ko siya ng ulitin na tinanghana. Ang mahal ang ating kaunitan. Saranggola'y lilipad sa kahelang kalangitan, paalam na abang sa ating nakaraan. Saan tayo, di ba na malihan, di ba papalitan, magkakaibigan. Unang mga larawan, nakaplasta sa mga dingding, may kamisa at paet na kakan, kampayan itindahan, may tuwang magtamanan, ang bata pa ang hamalan. Sa Diyan magkakailay. Saranggola lilipat sa kahilang kalapitan. Paalam na mabas sa ating nakaraan. Ngunit saan na tayo? Iba na mag-ihay. Di ba kapalitang magkakaibigan? Patutunguhan sa lumipan ng aming talihan. Di magpapalit ang pagkakaibigan hanggat sa ating pinagsama. Di magpapalit ang pagkakaibigan. Di magpapalit ang pagkakaibigan. Saranggola lilipat sa kahilang kalapitan. Paalam na mabas sa ating nakaraan. Ngunit saan pa tayo? Di ba na mabihan? Di ba makailan ang pagkakaibigan? Saranggola lilipat sa kahilang kalapitan. Paalam na mabas ating mga hagdan. Saan pa tayo? Di ba na mabihan? Di ba makailan ang pagkakaibigan? Saranggola lilipat. Saranggola lilipat. Kahilang kulay ng kalapitan. Saranggola lilipat na. So that's how it's called Saranggola, and it's going to be part of our set list for the 24th as the first leg of our tour of our newest album, The Traveler Across Dimensions. So everyone who's watching this, if you haven't bought your tickets yet, we really invite you to watch the show. We're here, we're in Cebu, and we're excited to play for all of you. Thank you so much, everyone. We're going to